Hey there, in this video we will be combining some of my favorite things, that is studying, efficient note-taking and tech apps. So, why is note-taking important? During my educational career, I realized that often there is so much content to learn that you can easily lose track of things. Over the years, I stumbled across specific apps and techniques that made this process much easier. Starting with my favorite one, the Cornell Note-Taking Method. So, how do we go about this? Say you're in a lecture or are making notes for yourself by looking at a book. Start by dividing the page into 3 sections. The main chunk of the paper is for your notes and the rest is for cues or the summary. Let's take for example, you're studying a topic about turbochargers. The cues section can be added sort of like a title. So for example, you can start with the basic function of a turbocharger. So that goes right here, and all the relevant notes gets added to the notes section. Continue this as you proceed with the topic. A huge advantage of this method is that it forces you to be concise, as you only have one paper per topic. So you will hopefully end up including things that are important theories or theories that you seem to struggle with. Once you are done with these 2 sections, proceed to the summary section. An alternative recommendation is to fill this section in the end. For example, write relevant questions to the corresponding notes. So, as we were discussing a topic about turbocharger, some of the questions can be: name the different type of turbochargers. This can be used as a basis of spaced repetition learning. Click on the link above to learn more about this technique. Additionally, you can also try to summarize in your own words what's included in this paper. Now, while the Cornell method is all well and good, but it is not best for people who prefer visual representation. For this, of course, we have the classic MindMap strategy. You simply start with the main topic and then start branching off from the center. Granted, it is not the best for mathematical topics like engineering, but can be very helpful to study theories in detail. It also helps you lay out your thoughts in a better and more organized fashion. I recommend a pen and paper is the way to go, but bigger mind maps can become very challenging. So an app called draw.io can be very helpful. You basically have an empty canvas and you can continue to add boxes and expanding as you go. Personally, I am an active learner and prefer to identify gaps in my knowledge and fix them as I go along. At university, I went a bit overboard with the mind map technique so I could incorporate active learning in it. So how did I do this? I would start off with the topic in the middle as usual and then branch off this. Nothing special so far. But as I progressed, if I had any doubts or questions, I would add them as a new branch. Let's go back to the turbocharger example. A classic mind map will include something like basic principle, types of turbochargers, mathematical theories, etc. But if you want to include active learning, we can include our thoughts as well. Such as, when I was doing this topic about turbochargers, a basic question I had was related to the different type of turbochargers. Which one is better and why? I can branch off on this, do some research online and then add it to my mind map. When we learn something, it's usually just about that topic. Another question I had in mind was, how can I improve the function of a turbocharger? And surely these turbochargers will have some downsides. Again, research and then add to the mind map. Keep questioning yourself to see if it makes logical sense and then branch off instead of copying notes from the lecture. Well, these are my 2 cents on how I made better notes during my university. It surely did help me, and I hope they help you too. Remember to share with a friend if you find this useful, because as the saying goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed.